swear to God, if I had 1 grain of sand for every time I go on Facebook and I see some girl posting up statuses about her baby daddy neglecting her and always betraying her and breaking her heart, I'd have enough sand to bury this entire planet from top to bottom. But the problem in this matter is not the girl nor the baby, for it is the deadbeat baby daddy. You motherfuckers go around the entire city thinking you run shit, but meanwhile half of you is high school dropouts and a bunch of low-life bums. But what pisses me off the most is how you motherfuckers go around the entire city trying to fuck every girl you can stick your little dick into, which ultimately later on down the road you end up getting that girl pregnant, and like the typical coward you are, you end up abandoning the girl and the baby that she is trying to take care of. Why? Do you have any morals? Of course you don't. You want to know why? It's because you're not a leader. You're a follower. And for those people who do that, for those guys who be going around trying to do that to other people, you guys will never be leaders of anything. You are a follower and nothing more. Because people like that are always going to be followers. They're never going to amount to become a leader. Ever. Period. Do you know that you're changing the way women see men? You're actually going around changing their perspectives on the entire male population, making it seem like every guy on this planet who has a swinging dick is the same. Why? It's because you made that girl's life a living hell. Now, I'm not defending anybody, because I really don't care. I mean, it's your decision. It's the choices that you make that affect your life. But the women out there, the girls that go ahead and try to give their baby daddies multiple chances at trying to, you know, stick everything back together and try to make things work out, you girls are the stupidest of them all. Why? I'll tell you why. It's because true fathers, real dads, they never leave their child under any circumstances. Real fathers, real dads that are actually committed and have morals, they would never leave their family for anyone or anything. And for you girls out there who go ahead and try to give these dudes a chance, trust me, honey, the only thing he was doing while you were out crying yourself to sleep was he was getting some more of this, he was doing some of this, some of that. So at the end of the day, he knows that you're always gonna come back. Why? Is because you're weak. You're weak, and you can go ahead and say, well, that's the father of my child. Yeah, we all heard the story before, but that is not an exception to bring somebody back in your life who's caused you nothing but pain. Why do you do that to yourself? And then you go ahead and you tell other people, you go on Twitter, you go on Facebook, you go on YouTube, you go to MySpace, I don't even know, and you go on these websites, you go and you tell these people how much you're in pain, how devastated you are, and how your life is miserable because of this one person. But yet you give them chances and you take them back. Why? Why do this for yourself? Why do you put that burden on you and your child? Because we all know if he was a real man, if he was a real dad, he'd always be there for his child. I mean, alright, you guys might have your little differences. He's a man whore, you're a slut, you're a good person, he's a good person, he's bad, you're good, whatever. Real dads, real parents would never, ever, ever, ever leave their child behind for any circumstance whatsoever. Whether it be another female, whether it be drugs, money, career, you never leave your family. If anything, bring your family along. Just don't bring them to the negative side of things, because really, who are you benefiting when you do that? You know what I'm saying? A real dad would never pick the streets over his child. A real dad, a real father, despite all the differences you guys had in the past, would never leave their child behind. Will always be there for his child. And do you want to know what the real definition of a true father, a real dad, actually means? A real dad is a person that wakes up every day of their lives and gets a chance to see their child right there next to him. A real dad is somebody who sacrifices his own life to give a better life to his family. A real dad is somebody who goes out of his own way to support his child no matter what, despite the differences he may have with the person he's with that conceived his child. A real dad, a real father would always, no matter what, is going to be there for his child. He's not going to choose the club over his kid. He's not going to choose another girl over his kid, because at the end of the day, you made that kid. Whether it was a mistake, whether it was planned, that's still a part of you. That child is you. And for you to go about your way and choose something that has no meaning over your own family, you are a fool, you are a coward, you are a bum, and there is nothing that would ever change my opinion on that subject. Because you're not a leader, you're always going to be a follower. Because if you choose your boys, if you choose your friends, if you choose whatever and whoever over your family, the family that you started, then you're a sucker. That's all you really are. You're a fool, you're a player, and then on top of that, when you see that the mother of your child has actually found somebody who's going to take care of their child for you, you get all mad. You're like, oh, this motherfucker right here, who the fuck is this guy? You get all mad, but at the end of the day, you were the one that left. So why are you complaining? He's doing your job for you. But at the end of the day, you're so stupid to realize what you had, so now you're bitching because somebody else is doing your job for you and is gonna raise your kid better than you ever will. So that's the bottom line. You can say whatever you want. You can comment in the comment section saying whatever the hell you want to say, because that's my opinion and that's the way I see things. And I'm not a dad. I'm not trying to say I'm never gonna be a dad, because I always want to have kids. But when I go around, and I live in the hood, if you know what I'm saying, I live in Brooklyn, Queens. So when I go around and I see all these single mothers pushing the strollers, the one thing I don't see in that whole picture is I don't see a dad. I see a mom, a stroller, and a baby. But where's the dad? Nowhere to be found. What you idiots are out there is far from a father. Do you want to know what a real father is? A real father are those people that actually took care of their seeds. See what you guys are a bunch of quivering punks. You go around trying to do whatever. I'm not trying to say that there aren't baby daddies out there who don't do their part, and what I mean by don't do their part, that I'm not trying to say that there's baby daddies out there who don't support their kids, despite the differences. There are baby daddies out there that do love their kids and are always there for them, despite the differences between him and that girl that, you know, he conceived the child with. But what I am saying is, for the people that aren't there for their kids, which is like 90% of the people that I see and that I run into and that I know and don't know and, you know, whatever, those are the people that messed up their own life. Because, I mean, really, you couldn't pull out? Was that so hard? I mean, think about it. Having a child these days costs a lot of money to raise. And we all know that you do not have that kind of money to support that child. You know, are you going to sit there and tell me that your baby daddy actually has the money to one day put your child through college? Seriously? You know how much diapers cost nowadays? And you're telling me that he's actually going out there and doing all that work for you? You gotta wake up. You really do. A lot of you girls need to just like smack yourself one day and look in yourself in the mirror and go, what the hell am I doing? Why am I taking this guy back? I need to worry about myself. See, a lot of you girls always say that. A lot of you females go around saying, I'm an independent woman. I take care of myself. I do this and I do that. Yo ho ho in a bottle of young. Yeah, but you say that, but you don't do it. That's what's baffling, because a lot of you people are fake as shit. Because you go around, you're saying, well, I'm a great person, I do this and I do that, but it's your actions that shape who you are. It's your actions that speak louder than your words. And I mean, come on, a lot of you people aren't showing any action. All you're doing is talk. If you actually took that next step, and if you actually made that sacrifice to just say, you know what, I'm proud of having my child. I'm proud of being where I am, despite all the pain that's happened to me, because I'm still alive and I have my baby with me. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm really gonna be independent, I'm really gonna be strong, and I'm gonna take this to the next level. I'm gonna try to go back into college. I'm gonna try to get me... Having a job doesn't mean shit. Fuck a job, get a career, because careers... If you have a job working $8, $9, $10 an hour, you're not making 85 grand a year, honey. Go to college, actually get an education, so one day when the bum comes back, you're gonna be like, what? I can't, like, you're moronic. I can't stand to see you right here in my presence. You can just show yourself out of my life. Goodbye, ta-ta. You know what I mean? But get a job, get a career, go back to school, get an education, actually worry about your kid, make sacrifices for your child. I'm not saying that there's girls out there who don't, because trust me, there are. But it's the daddies, it's the baby daddies that aren't committing. It's the baby daddies that are never there. Now, I'm not saying all of them, because there are a lot of them that are actually there and really truly love their kid no matter what. They actually choose their children over anything else. But for the other people that really don't, the other people that are consistently just going at it, just trying to make the mother's life a living hell, really, what are you accomplishing? Absolutely nothing. Do you know that the suicide rate for young teenage moms is actually going up in the last 2 years? That's what's crazy. Like, you guys, you baby daddies are driving your you know, baby mamas to go kill themselves because of the things that you're saying and your actions, and really, what are you accomplishing? Absolutely nothing. Why can't most of you just give up that lifestyle? Why can't most of you just walk away and actually accept responsibility and take accountability towards your actions? Why can't you just say, I lived that chapter of my life, I'm on to the next? Because what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna say, you know what, I'm done with this, I'm gonna go on to this, and the next thing that I'm gonna go on to is actually gonna benefit me, my child, my family, and whoever else is in the picture. You know what I'm saying? You go and you give up that lifestyle of being a bum, and you become a successful man. Because there is a huge difference, a gaping hole between a boy and a man. And a lot of you girls are always stuck in between, trying to see which is which. Trust me, a boy is somebody out there who just wants to fuck, get drunk, get high, do all this bullshit, you know, not really give a fuck about anybody, you know, the old status quo, I don't give a fuck, which they actually do, because you can't just not care about life. Trust me, there's something you care about. You can't just go around saying, I don't give a fuck, nigga, because you actually do give a fuck. If you didn't, you'd be dead. It's either that or a man who has a car, his own place to live, has not a job. He may have a job, but he has a career. He's building toward a future. He's well educated, well dressed. You know what I mean? And that's the difference. You know, the grammar, the punctuation, the actions, you know, the responsibility, the morals, and then you have the boys who are just swag. Yo, swag, son, I'm gonna go out and do my thing. You know? And one day these boys are gonna, I mean, a lot of these boys are gonna transition into manhood. But there's also gonna be a large amount of boys who are just gonna say, I'm gonna stay here and I'm not gonna go to the next level. And personally, that's nobody's fault, because it's their decision. It's their choice to do that, nobody else's. I'm telling you right now, if I were to have a baby of my own, if I were to have a child, which I'm not planning anytime soon because I have a career to worry about, but if I were to have a child, I would sacrifice so much to give my child everything that I never had, because a lot of you guys, a lot of you baby daddies have to relate to that, because I'm sure none of you guys grew up with a golden spoon in your mouth. We all grew up rough, all of us. Every one of us grew up either poor or on the verge of being poor. Because think about it, none of our parents are filthy rich. We have Bentleys and Maybachs and mansions. You know, there's a small percentage that actually can say they were into that life, and they still are. But for the majority of people today, we never grew up with a golden spoon in our mouth. Some of us had to struggle. Our parents had to struggle for us. So when you think about that, you don't want to put yourself in your parents' shoes, how you grew up and how they had to raise you, struggling, working like 3 jobs. You know what I'm saying? You have to take that next step. You got to go and say, you know what? I know how it feels to grow up living in the struggle, having one parent, having no parents, and I don't want that for my kid, because I don't want my kid going through what I went through. So if I were to have a kid, I would give my child everything I've ever even dreamed about, and more. And you're also gonna have to discipline your kids, because like, you see a lot of kids nowadays, they're all growing up, you know, very just out of control. They're not, it's like something's wrong with them, because some people aren't meant to be parents. But I'm saying, if I was a parent, I would make so much sacrifices, because think about it, that's an infant, that's a baby, that's a child. They're gonna grow up, you know, idolizing you. Your son, your daughter's gonna grow up idolizing you and her mom and his dad. They're not gonna idolize Bill Gates, they're not gonna idolize fucking Drake, they're not gonna idolize Lil Wayne, they're not gonna idolize any of these things, they're not gonna idolize a fucking iPhone. They're gonna idolize you, they're gonna look up to you. They wanna do what you do. And the things that you do affect everybody, believe it or not. You might say, I don't give a fuck. You say, I don't give a fuck. Your child's gonna be like, I don't give a fuck either. So you know what that means? He ain't gonna give a fuck about you. So where's the relationship in that? And the only reason why I don't have kids is because I'm so worried about my career. I want to become a pro wrestler. I want to become a wrestler for the WWE. That's my dream. We all have dreams. And some people might say, oh my God, you're never going to achieve that. Why? Because it's so big. But you're never too little to dream big. And if you have a family, you have to work hard towards your dream. And then you bring your family with you. Like, why can't you people just, why can't some of you just grasp that and just accept it? That one day, you're gonna grow up, you're gonna become an old man or an old woman, and you're gonna sit there and say, where did I go wrong? And you're gonna look back on this and you're gonna say, that was when I went wrong. That was when I took my baby daddy back. That was when I let this man take me to bed, because I swear to God, most of you girls should be hitting the books rather than popping bottles. A lot of you girls should be like educating yourselves and getting your money up rather than just opening your legs, 24-hour buffet. Like, you know, like I don't understand. I'm not saying that for everybody, because a lot of you guys, you don't really think. You take what I say and you probably mix it up with something else. Oh, he's saying all the girls are like that. Hell no. Everybody's different. Every single person is different. Every freaking person is different. But what I'm saying is, the baby daddy, if he's not there now, he ain't gonna be there later. And if he does come later on, it's because he has nothing. And if he sees you with something, he's gonna try to leech on you, because he wants to take that in for himself, saying, you know, I take credit for that. I made that child. You know, I'm a part of his life. Ha ha ha. You know what I mean? And you can't allow that. You can't allow that, because if you do, you make yourself look weak. And where's that gonna take you in life? So many of you girls cry yourself to sleep over a boy who has absolutely no sympathy for you, who doesn't care about your emotions, about your feelings. For those of you out there who are actually moms, teenage moms, and you have a baby daddy, and you're watching this video, and you're saying to yourself, man, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, blah, blah, blah. Tell me, where's your baby daddy right now? And why do you call him your baby daddy? Why can't you call him your husband? Oh yeah, that's right. He doesn't want to make that commitment and marry you. Why? Because he has his own agenda. He has his own agenda. If not, he would have been like, fuck that. I'm going to marry this girl. I'm going to have more kids. I'm going to take care of my kid if I don't want more kids. I'm gonna live in a big home. I'm going to have a nice car, a lawn, a pool. What position are you in now? It's a real shame the way society is nowadays. I mean, I go by what I see. I live in New York. You see this shit all the time. Everywhere you look, you see a teenage mom, you see a baby daddy, and you see a lot of broken dreams, a lot of broken hearts. And then the girl is so scared to take a good man into their life when the good man actually comes forward and, you know, she actually meets him. She's so scared to bring him into her life and her child's life because she's scared of the mistakes that the baby daddy made. She's scared that this dude might do the exact same thing that the last dude did. That's why there's so much negativity and so much hatred around these neighborhoods, and I'm pretty sure this goes around the entire country and the entire world, because it's just sad. It's very sad the way society is. And a lot of you people, you follow the trend. You follow the trend. It's just like you go about it. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do my thing, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, you're not a leader. You're a follower. You follow the trend. Create your own trend. Do what you gotta do. Don't follow others. Don't follow celebrities and all these dumbass people. Don't follow nobody else. Follow yourself. Be the leader. You set the stepping stones down. So you go ahead and you lead that path. And then others are gonna follow. But instead, you choose to be like, yeah, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that and that and that and that, blah, blah, blah. But you're not benefiting yourself at all. Like, at all, and it's a real shame. And what's even more pathetic is the sex-thirsty little hornballs that just wanna F things, that just wanna F people. And it's just like, the dumb girls who go along with it are like, yeah, he's so cute, he's so generous, oh my god, I can definitely relate, he's the one, blah. And then after everything is said and done, you don't know where you went wrong. You're like, oh, this guy wasn't for me, he was a liar, blah, blah, blah. Because in society now, boys are gonna say what you want to hear to get in your pants. And then after that, when they leave and they're like this, you're gonna be like, oh, where did I go wrong? Oh my goodness, oh, every guy's so bad. Well, you actually fell for the bullshit. I mean, you need to find out for yourself whether this guy's for real or if this guy's a joke. I'm not trying to say go through their Facebook, go try to hack their phone or whatever. I'm just saying test them. Put him through the test. See how long he's gonna stick around consistently until you realize he's the one or he isn't the one. Just because somebody has a cute smile doesn't mean they have a clean heart. I always say that. And there's some people out there that actually go about my quotes. They actually go, you know what? Just because that person looks good doesn't mean that they're gonna end up treating me the way I want to be treated. Because if somebody looks good, they can take that for their advantage. They can just use that and be like, alright, I can swindle my way in there and do what I have to do. And then when you fall for it, you blame the world. It's your fault too. Stop blaming the world. It's your decisions and it's your choices and it's your actions that affect who you are and the way your life is. So don't blame the world, because this is 50-50. When you decide to open your legs and conceive a baby or do whatever, remember that if it's a mistake and you regret it, it's 50-50 because you was a part of that shit too. So cut the bullshit. And a lot of you girls say, oh, I love him, that's why I have to take him back. He's my one and only love. You don't understand. Please, please, what is the true definition of love? That word gets thrown around left and right. I mean, it's just so sad. It's so sad because just because somebody says I love you and doesn't prove it doesn't mean that it's real. And a lot of you girls who say I love him, what do you love about him? Do you love how he hurt you? Do you love how he put you through so much pain? Do you love how he's not there? Do you love how he's out fucking somebody else? Is that what you love? Because if that's what you love, hey, you go about your business. But don't blame the whole world for your decisions and your actions. So, but what's worse is he treats you horribly and you love him for it. Like, some of you people listen to too much Rihanna. You know, because she's always talking about how she loves to get hurt and all this crap. I love the way you lie and I love the way you hurt me, blah, blah, blah. So many of you girls are like, yeah, Rihanna, yeah. If she got hurt once, you know, yada, yada, I'm gonna follow the trend. Rihanna, oh. So fucking sad. Let go. Because there are people out there, there is a man out there somewhere for every woman. And there is a woman out there somewhere for every man. You have to let go of the burden, let go of the bullshit, and just say, I'm gonna move on. Just let go. When you let go, then you're gonna start to realize how precious your life really is. When you find somebody who will truly love you and your family for what you are and what they represent, and who's gonna treat you like a queen and is always gonna be there for you and actually love you. Let go of the things that you don't need. If you know that he's not there, if you know the situation is very drastic and you know that this isn't working out, let go. Stop going back to him. You're making yourself look so stupid and so weak because he knows whatever actions he decides to take, you're always gonna come back. Make the right decision. Let go, move on. For every woman, there is every man to fill in that broken heart. For every man, there is a woman out there who will fill his broken heart. Period. End of story. And if anyone tries to challenge me on this subject, if anybody has something to say that is totally against what I just said, bring it. Comment. Let me know. Send me a message. I want to hear your thoughts about this. Because if you think any differently, please, I welcome you to say what you have to say. Because I'm going to listen. I'm not just going to be like, yeah, whatever. I'll listen. If you oppose what I just said, gladly, feel free to express yourself. But you know that your life is more precious and your life is more beautiful for you to be going around and wasting it on things that you don't need and people who are not supposed to be in your life. It is what it is. Like the video. Please subscribe. What a shame.